YouTube. My name's Kat. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Yesterday I turned 34 weeks, and if you've watched my videos from last week and the previous weeks, you'll know what sort of symptoms I've had, and that was it last week or the week before, I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes. So obviously that was a bit distressing. It obviously wasn't something I was expecting. And obviously the only reason they found that I have it is because they did a random scan and saw that Lily's belly is quite large compared to the rest of her body. So obviously it's worrying that my condition has done that to her. But this week's been a bit more positive. So I had an appointment on Wednesday, the Wednesday just gone, with a diabetic midwife, like specialist, basically. Like she's on this whole antenatal diabetic team thing. She was lovely and very helpful. So I've just been like adjusting my diet basically according to what she told me, and I have I was given a testing kit and a sharps box and a diary. Basically I have to test my glucose my blood sugar levels, so my glucose levels. I have to test them 4 times a day. So I have to test as soon as I wake up in the morning before breakfast, 1 hour after breakfast, 1 hour after lunch, and 1 hour after tea or dinner, whatever you want to call your evening meal. And Thursday was difficult because I just, went for my usual Weetabix. I just assumed that Weetabix was, quite healthy, but apparently there's a lot of sugar in it. But it also may have partially been due to using normal milk, because there's quite a lot of natural sugars in milk as well. So I switched to using a unsweetened almond milk and porridge, and that's my breakfast, and it's actually quite nice. Like the oats that we got are quite good. Like they go nice and soft when you heat them in the microwave with the milk, and the almond milk, like you can taste the almond, and it's nice and coffee as well. Tastes like you've got like an almond syrup in the coffee, but obviously you haven't, and I can't have syrup in my coffee now because that's a lot of sugar. But yeah, it's been a lot better this week. We've had 2 offers on the house, so we're just waiting for them to basically prove that they can afford the offers that they're making, which is really exciting. And the midwife said that when as long as I control my sugar levels, then Lily's body, like the rest of her body, should catch up with her stomach. So hopefully she won't become like this massive, massive baby. I mean, Matt was 8.5 pounds when he was born. So it wouldn't be that big of a surprise, really, if I was to have a baby that big. But I would struggle to have a natural birth with a baby that big, I think. Like, all of my mum's babies were like 7 pounds 1 and under, I believe, maybe 7.3. But I was 6'1" when I was born, and Heather was only 6'15", so you know, need a small baby. But either way, I have started preparing myself for the fact that I am probably just going to end up having a planned repeat C-section, which is not ideal, is not what I want, but I go for another scan in 2 weeks' time, I think. They haven't actually issued me with the appointment date yet, but yeah, I'll go for that next scan, and they will basically assess Lily's size and decide whether or not it's sensible for me to try for a VBAC. I mean, they'd be basing that off of, you know, if I was to actually go full term, but say if I have the scan at 36 weeks and she's measuring at like 5.5, 6 pounds. I mean, she's probably already 5.5 pounds. Okay, let's say she's like 6.5 at 36 weeks. And then say if I go into labour at 37.5 weeks or something, or 38 weeks like I did with Heather, then she'd probably only get to like 7.5 pounds at the most. And that, in my head, is doable. But they won't be basing it off of that. They'll be basing it off of me going full term, by which point should probably be like 8.5. But we're just gotta wait and see what weight she is at the next scan, I guess. And fingers crossed it'll all be okay. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say now. My bump. I don't know where to put you. Beep, beep. Yeah, I've got a dress on, so. But yeah, she feels. She feels like really heavy now. But I think she's starting to drop because I don't feel as breathless, but it's just hard work to get about, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. yeah, that's my bump and what's happening with her. And with the house, I really want to do my What's in my hospital bag video, like now, but I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be in, because at the moment, from what I have been told, the natural birth people have been sent home like within a few hours of giving birth, and the C-section people, like the planned C-section people, have been sent home like the day after, and the emergency ones a bit later. With my gestational diabetes, they wouldn't send me home until Lily's blood sugars were okay, but if her bloods are okay straight away, then they'd just send me home anyway. So I could just be in for a day or two, or I could just be in for less than a day. I don't know. I suppose it also depends on, like, if I was going to go for a VBAC, then I'd have to take my labour into consideration, because that would obviously take time as well. Like, if I just went for a C-section, it would be, get baby out, and then a day later I go home. So, yeah, I don't really know how long to pack for. I've basically put everything together, and then it's just a matter of, like, sorting out the quantities of everything. But I was planning on just using one bag, but I don't think that's possible. Especially with cloth nappies and cloth pads, they take up more space than disposable ones. Speaking of which, I'm expecting 8 more cloth pads, postpartum ones, in the post, as well as breast pads, in the next month. And 4 new nappies, 2 of which are from brands that I hadn't tried before, so, and 2 pods. So that'll be exciting. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully my bloods stay controlled, because I've been doing really well so far. And hopefully I can get an answer soon on whether or not I should try for a VBAC or not. And I will let you know in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.